Everyone is telling you what you should do, how you should raise your child, what you should do for yourself. Should you work? Should you not work? Should you stay at home? Should you do this? International school, public school. There's so much of noise.
Articles.
We have lost that ability to just quiet down and focus on what's going on inside here.
Hi, I'm Masumi from EduGuru. Parenting can be complicated and overwhelming, so
let's talk about parenting.
Okay.
I am Jigna, founder of Toddler Town International Preschool.
And I'm Puveshini, co-founder of Remind Psychology and a clinical psychologist.
Now, I wanted to talk to you guys about how parents can take care of themselves emotionally to make sure they can really be there for their own children the way they want to.
So I think for parents to take care of themselves emotionally, right, they need to first realize when they are dysregulated, right? And I think that awareness in this current context, with this current environment, it's very lacking because we're constantly bombarded with noise. Everyone is telling you what you should do, how you should raise your child, what you should do for yourself. Should you work? Should you not work? Should you stay at home? Should you do this? International school, public school. There's so much of noise.
Articles that you read and you don't know which.
You have lost that. I think we have lost that ability to just quiet down and focus on what's going on inside here. Right? And I think that actually has caused a lot of us to not be able to take care of ourselves because we've become so out of tune with ourselves, our emotions, and what's going on with us. And when we are not aware, it's very difficult to actually expect our children to behave in a certain way. And then that kind of creates this negative loop, right? Where the children then get dysregulated and they are doing something on their own and then you are getting upset and then it's just a cycle that repeats.
You're in two different circles.
Yeah, you're two different circles and they are in conflict and you're constantly shouting. But we're not really going back to the root of what's actually going on inside. So I think that is like a main reason that I see with parents and even with myself sometimes, that I need to like have that pause and go back and check in with myself before I can show up for my child.
Yeah. Do you think, I notice the same things and I sometimes tell parents and I tell myself to take out a bit of time every day, just like a quiet time for myself to reflect, think without needing help from an article or a podcast. Like just think instinctively what might help. Do something nice for myself even, get a coffee and sit down quietly. And that's how I think parents can make their cups a bit more full to be present for their child, not go from one thing to the other. Like we often tell parents, right, don't fill up your child's day with activities. Let them get bored, let them think, let them be quiet. But as parents, I think we also pack ourselves so much the entire day that the cup not only empties, it goes into a negative, and then we're still expected to be fine.
On that note, what signs can parents look out for to realize that their cup might be empty?
Maybe a feeling of frustration, anxiety, and feeling like they are not in control of anything. I think sometimes parents say, I just can't manage it. I'm not in control of anything no matter how hard I try. So maybe that's a good time to stop and just pause and take a step back.
And I think a lot of the things that you mentioned are very related to your body, actually, your emotions. And something else to add is your physical symptoms will actually be very telling. Like, you constantly get palpitations, you feel like you're constantly rushing to go somewhere and doing something, and you cannot sit still. You're constantly you have to just do stuff.
You're just
multitasking constantly, right? And also in your relationships with other people. So sometimes people show up as very good parents, but that is because they are releasing their tension or they're releasing their stress to somebody else, and usually and unfortunately it's usually the spouse. So there's a lot of conflict going on there, but they will say, I'm still showing up for my child, but that is also not healthy. You have dumped it somewhere else, and then if this fails, then it also affects the child, right? So
that's a really good
right? So your body, your emotions will kind of tell you, and even your thoughts, right? Like when you're having a lot of very hopeless, very pessimistic kind of thoughts, that actually is your body's alarm system telling you that things are not right. We need to slow
So
down.
where should they be, like, for a lack of a better word, dumping this? Because we
Yeah,
see them dumping
yes,
it
yeah.
somewhere to turn up here.
Yeah.
What strategies can they use?
I think the term dumping in itself is unhelpful because it kind of gives you an idea that you need to take this and dump it somewhere else. But I feel that's not going to help because these are emotions that are there because there is a reason for it to show up.
To solve it.
You need to get to the root cause of it because there's a reason why you're frustrated. There's a reason why you constantly feel this urgency to do stuff. There's always a reason why you constantly feel angry or upset. So what is the root cause? And we need to have that time you mentioned to just sit back and take stock of your life. What's going on? What's not working out? What help do I need? And then work on that because that is going to kind of not make the frustration go away, but at least make you acknowledge the reason why it's there.
A lot of parents tell me, I'm stressed.
Yeah.
And I keep telling them, stress is actually the absence of a solution. So go back to thinking what's causing you all this stress, break it down, and again in that quiet time, find out, map it out, put it on a paper. You know, if you don't like journaling, just draw it out and find solutions to it where you can. And
I kind of like to think about it like project management. Like we do project management for
not
work,
for ourselves.
but we don't do it for ourselves. We're not looking at, are we meeting our KPIs for ourselves, right? Our relationship goals, our parenting goals, our self goals related to our hobbies or our growth. We don't think of it that way. We just think life is supposed to happen, but it's not going to happen.
And it's supposed to be like
it's supposed to be like this, and it cannot be like that because as people we have evolved. Like how our parents parented us, the kind of environment they had, it was very different. It's completely different. The economic advantages or disadvantages were also very different. The cost of living was very different. The expectations, like even for now, like there's a lot of expectation for parents, especially urban parents. Your children need to go to a specific kind of school. They need to have specific kind of extracurricular activities. They need to be having this kind of social activity. So these are all good, but you need to come back to ask yourself, can you cope with that? Financially, emotionally, socially, physically, psychologically? I think that's the question we're not asking. We're just saying everyone is doing this.
I must do it.
We have to do it.
And there's a lot of guilt.
There's a lot of guilt.
Have the guilt. And even if they take out that 1 hour for themselves or a hobby like you mentioned they should do, there's so much guilt. Why aren't you there for your kids? Why are you playing pickleball right now?
Right. And I can share a story. This was a client of mine. And we always think the Westerners have it easier. But actually, it's not true. She was a client from UK, and she was working here. And she actually mentioned that she works in a boarding school. So she's constantly with kids, and she's naturally the default parent. She's expected to parent her child as well. And she said, it's so easy for my husband to just pick up the golf
and go.
Just pick up the clubs and just go, right? And I have to think, like, if I go, who's going to make dinner? Who's going to do this? Who's going to be with her? Who's going to do that? And then she said, all I want is just 1 hour in a cafe to read my book. That's all I want. Without any...
asking me why I'm out. I was talking about that just the other day, that that's the only part of parenting that changes you as a person. You can't get up and go. Maybe also as a default parent or a primary parent, right? Unfortunately, usually mothers, where you can't pick up and go without thinking of who's going to make dinner. Is this settled? Is this settled? And then we can go, maybe.
Yes. Right. And that's not sustainable in today's environment. You need both parents to be fully functioning, or you need some automated systems to make it as such, or to actually lower down your expectations. So one of these things needs to happen, right? So you cannot have like the perfect house, perfectly cooked meals every single day, every single time, and then also expect to be flourishing in your career, having an amazing marriage and all that. All of this cannot happen if some things are not let go. So I think that balance is what we need to find. And a lot of the stress comes from that constant invisible load, the invisible mental load that parents carry. I think that is constant, and if you don't manage that and you don't recognize and look at it, you can't go anywhere.
What are small, realistic ways busy parents can start learning how to refill their cup, especially if they're struggling with all this guilt that you both mentioned?
I would start with, if you can't take out 1 hour, take out 30 minutes a day just for yourself. You may have to extra plan the rest of your day a bit more initially until everyone gets used to it. Because as Puveshini mentioned, we are trying to change this part of our lives completely, but the other side is stuck in the 70s or 80s, right? So everything has to shift. So take out mini doses, take out 10 minutes 3 times a day before you go longer in that time, and take it out just for yourself to map out your KPIs for yourself.
Yeah. And in that vein, like that 10 minutes, it really is important how you spend that 10 minutes.
Yeah.
The quality of that
Not
10
scrolling.
minutes. Not scrolling, not trying to, and I'm guilty of this. Sometimes I have 10 minutes, I'm like, okay, I'm going to rest, but I'll be like, oh, I might as well just send that WhatsApp message now. I might as well do this now and do that now. So then you're not actually stopping.
Yeah.
So that quality of the time you're taking out is very, very important, of how mindful you are with the intention to rest. So what has helped me is I block times in my calendar, because my calendar is open to everyone to just book in, right? Clients and corporate clients and all that. So I would actually block in times where it's designated for me to take a nap or to just sit and just do nothing, just be with myself mindfully. So whatever I'm doing, even if I'm resting mindfully, and I'm aware that I'm just breathing and regulating.
Maybe
my breath.
meditating for some
Meditating,
people,
right?
Yeah.
Or even for some people, meditating can be very like, ooh, it's a very religious thing. But it's not. Basically,
it's just breathing.
It's just breathing. You're regulating your breathing. And because we connected this with how your body always tells you that you're out of sync. So when you teach your body to breathe, you're teaching it to relax.
Yeah.
And that is so important. Just sitting in a spot, breathing like really deep belly breaths, like and slowly take your time with it and breathe out and just take in what's happening in your surrounding, the sounds, the light, the smells. I think all of this is very important to make that 10 minutes count.
Yeah.
Right. So, and you can also incorporate this in your daily activities, like all these mundane activities that you don't like to do, like doing the dishes or doing laundry or gardening or whatever it is that you have to do, to actually not have your phone with you while you're doing it, and kind of lean into that process. So if you're washing dishes, feel the water, feel the soap, really mindfully, like making it like a very important task for that moment, not something you have to get over with and go. So I think in that way, you're still doing the same stuff, but how you're doing it changes. Like how you contact that experience changes, and that actually can give you a lot of a breather for your brain.
Yeah, I love the 20-minute naps.
Yes, I love it.
Come out so refreshed.
Yes,
I think they're very underrated. So
yes.
If I was a parent and I wanted to learn more about how I can be there for myself better, where can I find you, Ms Puveshini?
You can come to Remind Psychology Center, and we have a team of professionals who will help you do that and live a more meaningful life and more authentically for yourself and for your children.
Awesome. Thank you both so much.
All right. Thank you.
Let's talk about parenting.